I have with me two very special guests. These two beautiful women also happen to be my cousins, and actually they're my sisters.
But I'm older than
Yeah, you're just
Kinet.
9 months older than me, okay?
9 months.
Yeah, she's 9 months.
She used to call me Akka. To all the young girls watching this, do not take birth control pills if your doctor gives them to you, because they have a lot of side effects that are not even tested on women. They are tested on animals.
And there's people of different body sizes and shapes and heights who also are going to buy from you if you give them that kind of product that's going to cater to them.
I think I would rather call my situationship babe too early.
But you do
like
not
a
have a situation.
girl. I have.
I think the last thing I googled was like, what do you call duck blood or something like that.
That narrative is not set about male friendships.
Yeah.
There's always like bromance.
Yeah,
Like,
Like that's what
like
I'm trying to say. Like men also have competition, but they society doesn't put that narrative onto men.
I would not see dark-skinned girls, especially like Trin, when you came into the game. We were all
my
so
God.
happy because I did not see
Yeah.
girls like you. And still, I feel like there's a long way to go because I only see that change in the modeling industry, but not in dramas or films.
1, 2, 3. We listen and we don't judge. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to We Should Have Recorded This. Today's episode is especially very close to my heart because I have with me two very special guests. These two beautiful women also happen to be my cousins, and actually they're my sisters. Today's episode is going to be about sisterhood. It's going to be about girlhood. It's going to be about just having healthy, strong female relationships, which I am so grateful I have had growing up. And it has been such a privilege. I have two brothers, but I have never ever felt like I've never had sisters because I have these two beautiful girls with me today, and I always have had them. I've known them since forever. And I am so excited to finally be doing this with you two. It's been such a long time coming. I know we're getting a little emotional.
Yeah, I know. I'm like so emotional
That's
already.
okay because emotions are good, and it means that the love is so strong and the bond is so strong as it has always been. And so I want to introduce my beautiful, amazing, talented, strong, and independent sisters, Roxanne Lucas and Brittany Lucas. Say hello.
Hi guys.
This is us. This is them. Yes, and we literally share the same. We're the Lucas sisters, and we will always be the Lucas sisters. Okay. So, guys, how are we feeling?
I feel good, Trin. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm very, very happy for you. This has been a very long time coming. You've always wanted to do this growing up. Do your own talk shows, become a VJ.
Talking to myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom mirror.
With the
also.
phone mic.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm excited for you.
Thank
This
you
is
so
exciting.
much. I just want to say, guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for being here. I do understand that this is a different setting, obviously. But I just think that this bond that we share is so special. And there's so many people out there that will be able to relate to this because female friendships, sisterhood, it's such a profound bond. And it's so special and impactful, especially when you're a little child and you have
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
we've always had that.
We always had that.
I mean, of course, you guys are sisters, but I think our parents have really encouraged
Encourage
this,
us to just
especially.
be together. We would have
Be
our
friends.
ups and downs as well.
They always
Growing
encourage
up,
us
we
to
would
first
have
be
fights,
friends.
but our parents would always say,
Growing
she's your
up,
sister,
I have to say,
she's your
since-
cousin.
Okay, guys, so Brittany is younger than us, and Roxanne and I are the same
Same
age.
age.
But I'm older than
Yeah, you're just
Trinette.
9 months older than me, okay?
9 months.
Yeah, she's 9 months.
She used to call me Akka when we
Really?
when
I
we
Akka
always
were
used to call
means
her Akka.
big sister
in Tamil.
in Tamil, and we're all Madrasis, proud Madrasi girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't remember calling you Akka, but if you would,
I
mean,
would
probably
tell
as-
you guys call me
Yeah,
Akka,
'cause she really-
especially Brittany, because she's like 2 years younger than me.
Yeah.
So I would tell her,
You literally would. Why
if,
do you ever call me Akka?
especially if I was mad at her, I would tell her.
If I never forced
me to
when
call
you
you
were,
Akka, she
you were,
forced
you
me.
were, we had a little bit of beef also.
I
right?
would
You never
force
forced
her,
me.
Trinette.
forced me to
Yeah.
call her.
Call her
Like, just
Akka.
call me Akka.
I love that.
Anyway, so I'm
But-
the youngest.
Yeah.
And I've had a good time with them. Partying. They always sheltered me.
Yeah.
Both of you guys.
We've always been very
But
protective
I do
about-
feel
towards
we
you.
allowed you to express
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
never.
who you are.
Like as teenagers, like you have a little depressive episode. I don't even think I had that because of you too.
You also didn't make a lot of mistakes that
Yeah,
we made
because
we
you
were
never
you
always-
learned
allowed
from
me to.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just- it
along
was
the
just
way.
Like
Fun
shaving
time,
your
growing
armpits,
time.
for instance. We never let you do that.
Fun time. You never made me feel insecure. Okay, hair is coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's always been a good
It
time.
was fun.
Guys, let's talk about that, right? So growing up, when we were in school, when you're just about to hit puberty, and even when you're hitting puberty, your body starts changing, right? And then you have, obviously there's like boys, So we went through that phase, right? Where you're body conscious all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
always.
And we did a
Growing
lot of
up,
things.
we grew up in a convent school around all girls, but I would still feel conscious, because I would like, I was a little on the heavier side, so I would, form like develop before my other friends, and I was conscious, but they never let me feel anything about my body. So I'm very grateful for that, for my female friends.
Yeah, that's so true. I feel like even like things like body hair and just like makeup and boys and all of these things, like you do kind of, when you're so young, it all feels so significant and real, right? Because it's like the first time that you're experiencing
All of
any of
that,
this, And it's difficult, It's difficult if you don't have someone to confide in, or if you don't have someone older than you, or even at the same age as you, who's there to kind of guide you or like help you, or
Help
even
you
just
navigate
talk about
through
things.
all of these first time
Absolutely,
feelings.
like navigate, And I think it's been really helpful for me, especially because you guys know, like growing up, I was practically like a tomboy because I grew up with brothers, I wasn't into makeup, I wasn't like into any of this stuff, but you guys were, like,
Yeah,
especially
we
you,
were
Rox, I
always.
remember. And like you would always kind of like encourage me
like put this
and
lipstick
like put
on
lip gloss and
yeah.
like, and then and
it
I
was
would.
always fun to me.
And it was always fun. So guys, obviously we are relatives, we're sisters, cousin sisters, you guys are sisters, but we're like friends. We're
Yeah,
friends.
we're more
We're
like
besties,
friends.
So what in your opinion how has that kind of impacted your life? What is the role of female friendships growing up?
I think the first thing, it starts with your parents, because you're a kid, you're a child, you don't know what's right, what's wrong. So I think parents have a very important, very necessary role in your lives to build that female friendship and to drill it into your heads that, she's your cousin, she's your sister, you have this relationship with her, you should build a friendship with her before building any other relationship. And I think that's what our parents did. They always like encouraged us to be friends first before family, and that's where our bond started really. Because friends are generally more comfortable than sharing with your older sister or your older cousin. you first want to share with your friend, and I think that's what we have.
That's
we
what we
have friendship
have.
first.
You never thought that we were your
I never
elders.
viewed
ever.
you all like that. Since
Elders.
exactly. Yeah, since I'm the youngest, I never viewed you all like that.
Yeah.
in the house.
Never.
No, but what
Whenever
about
I'm
you,
in the
Ross?
shits, I always think
Yeah.
of coming to you two first
Yeah.
before anybody else.
And you, as you should.
Yeah,
right?
before a
because this is
friend.
a safe space.
It's a safe
we don't
space,
judge
yeah.
each other, and we're very honest and open.
I want to say that growing up, we were very vulnerable with each other, and it's still stuck. It's not just with you, it's with every female person, like my female friends. I feel like we are more open and we are more encouraged or we're given that safe space to be more vulnerable with our problems, our day-to-day struggles. Like, we can be open, we can cry out to our friends.
Yeah, and I think that's
And-
because we allow that vibe and that energy with us three, so we give off that same energy to our
towards
friends.
our
And that is why
friends.
they feel so comfortable with us. Like, they feel that they can open up and be vulnerable with us.
Do you guys
We allow that.
You know, like, people have this general, I don't know if it's a misconception, sometimes it's true, that like women are out to get each other. Women are super competitive with each other. Women are jealous of each other. And
Yeah.
I feel like I also disagree to a certain degree, but I do think that there are some women who can be like that. But then again, I think that stems from your own inner insecurities, or the way that you've been raised.
Yeah, and I feel
or
like
the
that
things that
depends
you've
on a person,
experienced.
because I've never felt like that, and I've tried my best not to make another female feel uncomfortable in my presence. So it depends on people. Even men, generally, they do have, like, a healthy competition or whatever.
Yeah. I
But
think healthy
that
competition
narrative is
fine.
not set about male friendships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always
Which-
like bromance.
Yeah,
Like,
but
that's
it's
what I'm
always
trying
like
to
a
say,
female.
men also have competition, but they society doesn't put that narrative onto men that men are out to get each other. But with females it is a little more sensitive, so I feel we should like have each other's back and just remove
Which
this
we
narrative
do.
altogether.
Remove these
Most,
narratives.
like, more times than not, we do have each other's
Yeah,
back.
we
like,
do.
And I think that, if you treat someone with kindness,
It comes back to you
9 out of 10
tenfold.
times it's
It
going to
Yes.
come back to you.
Yeah,
Always
for
comes
sure.
back.
So I think rather than judging women or kind of putting this sort of stereotype on women, you got to start working from within.
From within.
You try
yeah.
to
Work
be the
towards
best
yourself.
example
Start
so
with
that
yourself.
stuff can come back
Hmm.
right to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Guys, since we're all girls, I wanted to ask you guys if you're open to share what was your first experience like with periods, because that's a big one.
Of course.
And that's something that we don't
Yeah.
talk about in society
We
at all.
yeah,
In
we
fact,
don't.
it's taboo.
It is time.
Now I think it's a little better, I will say, but in general,
for our younger generation, yes. But going into it, I had no idea what periods were. When I first, got to know, I was like shocked.
you were
I
also
didn't
very
know.
young.
I was very young.
You were
I
a
think I
child.
was 10. I was 10 when I got my first period, and I called my mom out, and she then explained me that this is something that all women go through, but it was just like very surface level, that talk that I had with her. And everyone was very excited about it, like, she's
Like,
become a big
congratulating
girl
you.
and stuff.
That's
Just
just how our
congratulating
family
me.
That's how
giving me
gifts.
gifts.
A big girl.
But
It's
I
An achievement.
I didn't know what it would do to my body.
Body.
So
The
many 10
changes.
years later, I had no idea, like, the changes that come with, puberty and
Yeah.
then getting your periods and stuff.
Yeah,
So
that's a big
it was
one.
all self-learned.
Also, school doesn't
for
help.
me.
Like,
School does
even though
not
we went to
help.
an all-girls
Being
school,
in a convent school,
it was like
like,
hush,
yeah,
hush.
they never
Like, they
spoke
couldn't taught us
about
to
that.
go
much.
but like girls would make fun of you. Forget boys.
Girls would
Girls
make-
would make you feel worse.
fun of
Teachers
you.
would make you feel
Brit
bad.
has experienced
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So since
What was
I'm the
yours
younger
like?
one, I obviously knew when she got it first. But still, even though we're 2 years younger, then I'm 2 years younger.
2
than
years
her,
apart.
still they hadn't informed me, thinking, like, okay, she got hers. Let's educate the younger one. but they didn't. They kept it hush from me too. And and since everyone was like, oh, it started, her period has started. So I literally thought the term for it was called start. And I would like go around the house, oh, like, you know, make fun. Like,
She would make a
it
joke out of it.
Start,
Yeah.
start. I would call it start. And nobody thought to correct me. Okay, it's called period. Anyway, so like few years down the line.
How old were you?
I think, when did she got it at?
She was 10.
10.
So Brit was
So I
probably
she
8.
passed 5. I was 8.
She was 8.
Yeah, so then anyway, I got it a few years down the line, and it was very bad. It was a terror. So my first period was a very bad experience. I was alone with my dad. Rox had gone to school. My mom was in school. And obviously that stigma that, you know, your first period has to be dealt with by the mom.
Yeah.
My mother wasn't at home, so dad was there, and obviously Roxanne had already got it, so he was kind of prepped. It's his first time too, you know, dealing with 2 girls. So he dealt with it, however, but the pain was so bad, the cramps were so bad, and it was my very first time. I didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. He literally ended up calling your dad. And
I love that.
and yeah, your dad, and I think he had already got it before me.
Yeah.
So your dad was like,
my story is also very interesting.
yeah, your dad was like very
Go
supportive.
on.
Okay, you know, just like
Give her hot water.
give her a
bags.
hot water bag and
My dad
stuff.
said that.
Yeah, and even
Aussie.
Salima,
Give her a warm
Cutie.
milk.
That's
even
so
glass of warm
Salima,
milk.
he called our auntie, and they helped him, and it was fine. And mommy had to come home early from school, but ever since my very first period, I've been in like torture, really. And it was not the way our society portrays it, that, you know, it's a good thing, like, yay, let's all celebrate.
Just
It was
wear a good
nothing-
pad and he will
Yeah,
be
it was-
okay. You can seize the day.
Also the
yeah, even
ads
the
that they
ads,
show.
exactly.
Ads
It was nothing
is
to
very
celebrate. Ever
problematic.
since I've been in torture, that's the term I would use, torture.
Brit, since we're all on this subject, I wanna kind of touch on your experience with endometriosis, because that is something that you have been diagnosed with. When did you discover that you had this? Because it's fairly recent. How many doctor's appointments did it take for you to kind of realize that this is not normal, what I'm having to experience every month? So if you'd like to share what that was like, what has your journey with endo been like?
So I was diagnosed with endometriosis last year, and I think I'm at stage 3 or stage 4 right now. And that's something that the
Right.
doctors don't even tell you.
I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off, but for those who don't know what endo is, can you just briefly explain what endometriosis is, basically?
So I just want to say, before I say anything, that I'm also still learning what it actually is, because it is very deep. It's not very, okay, you have like a skin disease or something. It's really deep. It's not just a period
It's
thing.
like
there's also
tissues
lack of
and
research.
Yeah, I
everything.
think there's a lot of lack of research, not just in our country but all over the world, and people are saying that it's like a full body disease. Yeah, where so basically in endometriosis, in a normal period, you shed your
Your
uterine lining, and it comes out in the form of blood through your uterus and through your vaginal wall. But in endo, instead of coming down, it like goes in your
Different
fallopian
parts of
tubes.
your
Yeah,
body.
it goes in your fallopian tubes, it goes in your ovaries, and that's what happened with me. My period blood ended up traveling in my ovaries, and it formed 7.5 centimeter cyst, and it was really huge, like a size of a grape.
for which you had to get operated.
Yeah,
also.
it was really huge, so I had to get operated. Anything that's above 5 centimeters any cyst that's above 5 centimeters need to get operated. Basically, girls get a lot of cysts forming as soon
It's
as they
so
start their
common
period.
now.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
common. Cysts like
They
1,
come
2,
and they
3
go.
centimeters. It's very common. They come, they go. But if it increases like over 5 centimeters, you need to get a check. Obviously, you'll feel the symptoms, pain and whatever.
What are the symptoms
My
of endo?
symptoms were really, really heavy periods. So I would like go through, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 pads a day. So I would be wearing 3 pads in one. Like you can only wear your pad for like I think 5 hours.
Yeah.
Not
4 to
more than
4 to 5
4 to
hours.
5
4 to
hours.
5
Not more
hours.
than 4 to 5 hours, because then you can end up getting an infection, and
Yeah.
it just gets worse. So I would go through like 9 pads a day, and obviously that's not normal, because I would get stained even with those 3 pads that I would be wearing.
And of course,
And
there's also like
yeah.
the pains
Yeah,
that you
the
would
pain,
experience.
the
Back pain.
other symptoms, the acne, the
Bloating,
The
as of
bloating.
lately.
yeah, and it's just so much.
Is it hard
so
for you to
much.
talk about?
Because yeah, it is, because like when I tell people about it, there's the stigma कि यार सब लड़कियों को होता है, right? Like everybody, all girls have to go through this. Why are you acting like a
Why are you
victim?
complaining?
Why are you
Yeah.
complaining? But like it is different, and this we need to talk about it so people do know. Yes, periods are painful, they are uncomfortable, but for me and for a lot of endo patients, it's more than uncomfortable. It's more than just painful.
It's like a
You know,
disability.
it feels
It's like an invisible disease.
exactly.
It's
People
invisible.
Exactly. And a lot
realize.
of people, my doctors, have compared it to cancer patients. Like, you know, look at what cancer patients are going through. They go through pain every day. A doctor has to my face told me that you cannot be in pain every day. That's impossible. That's untrue. It's in your head. You know, it's what you're thinking. You have put it in your head. It's your mindset. But I'm just like, okay. And you know, at that point, you have to just like listen to your doctor because they're educated about these subjects and you're not. But what about what I'm feeling? You know, it's about what I'm feeling.
Not just feeling, but
Yeah,
physically having
physically.
to go through.
Like,
Yeah,
if your
like,
mind
quite
was
literally.
removed, you would still be feeling.
Yeah, just the
the
fact that this
pain.
has stages, like stage 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm at stage 4 right now because my cyst was huger than 5, 6. But like my doctor didn't even inform me about what stage I'm at, and I just had to self.
How did you get diagnosed? Did you, like, what was that
So
like?
he saw my cyst and it was full of blood
While
and
doing the
that's my
laparoscopy.
period blood. Yeah, definitely.
But you knew you had endo even before a doctor
I
told you
had-
that you had endo.
I knew I had because like I would like do my research and stuff. I didn't even know how to pronounce the word. But yeah, over the years I would keep like researching. Okay, these are my symptoms. This is, and I would keep telling you guys.
All right, Britt. So thank you so much for sharing your story and your journey with endo. It's not easy to talk about things like that, especially on camera when you know that so many people are going to watch this. It's not easy. It's such a taboo in our society, especially to talk about female health. So I'm really proud of you. I'm really, really happy that you shared your journey, and this hopefully is going to help so many girls. The last thing I want to ask you related to endo is if there is someone watching this right now and they may or may not have similar symptoms, what advice would you give to a young girl right now watching this?
I would tell her to vouch for herself and to use Google to her benefit, because even though the doctors tell you that Google is bad, Google tells you exaggerates things for you, I think it's very important
Makes
to
you think that you have cancer.
Yeah, I think
Every-
exactly.
every
I think
single
even
time.
though it
It's
does
not
exaggerate
bad.
that,
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
think that you should be self-aware of your own body, of your own symptoms. You should educate yourself before you can go and tell somebody else that this is what I have, this is what I feel. You should have that self-awareness, and also that if you are a girl and you are on your period and you're fainting every month or you're vomiting every month because of how bad the pain is, I want to tell you that that's not normal. That should not be happening. A period is something that should, yes, give you a little bit cramps here and there,
Discomfort, yeah.
bleed, discomfort, but you should be able to go to school, go to work. If you're taking offs because of your period, that's not normal. You should go get it checked and just keep on visiting doctors. If one doctor is telling you that you're fine, visit another, because that's how you will find your answer and that's how you will know what's wrong with you.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you doing, just to close this off? I'm sorry, but I just think that this is so helpful, and there's very few people who talk about endo. I think PCOS is still something that is common, and Rox, you and I both have PCOS. But with endo, I also want to ask you, since you know you have it now, you've been operated, what are you doing to cope with it? Are there any lifestyle changes that you've made to deal with this? And what can someone do after being diagnosed to kind of have just a better quality of life per se?
So this is also something that the doctors don't tell you related to your diet, and there a lot of my doctors have told me you're normal, you can eat whatever you want, but at the end of the day I don't feel normal. So there are a few things that I have cut out from my diet is sugar
Okay.
and
Like white
white
processed
sugar, processed
refined
sugar, and like a white bread, white rice. I have whole wheat bread and brown
Whole
rice.
grains more.
I try to have, it's not like very strict, because at the end of the day, somebody higher, like a doctor or someone, hasn't told me to. So these are things that I've just made my own, like own adjustments. So it's not very like strict, but I do try to follow it. I think it does help because endo does come with a lot of other symptoms like bowel issues and stuff. So it does help
bloating
in that.
and stuff.
Bloating, I do have, and bloating is not like normal. तुमने खाना खाया तो तुम bloated हो गए. नहीं, it's
different.
like, it's very different. The bloating comes with a lot of pain, a lot of sagginess. I feel like my stomach is on the floor. It's so heavy. It feels like knives are stabbing into my belly, and it is that, I know it sounds very like
No,
intense,
I'm sure
but it is this
intense,
way.
right?
It is intense. The
It is
feeling is
intense,
intense, so why should I not describe it like that? But yeah, it is much worse than just bloating, and your friends don't want to understand. Your family also, at some point, they don't understand because it's an invisible disease, but you need to keep talking about it, and you can't just be like, okay, yeah, it's all in my head.
Yes.
You know?
And put a mask to it.
Yeah, you can't.
Because for the longest time, Brit would do that. She would
But
say,
you
I'm
yourself were in
fine.
denial, right?
Yeah, she would be in denial, but I would always encourage her, like, please let everyone know, let people know
Yeah.
what
I'm
you're
really
going
proud of you, Brittany.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
so much
guys for
staying.
giving me this space to
No,
openly talk about
absolutely.
it.
I think we need more voices
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think
We
we
need
need.
more women to speak up about these issues, because this is truly, it's a health problem. It is a disease, quite literally. And hopefully things will get better in the future, and we'll have more research on diseases related to female health. Rox, you and I, we suffer from PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is super common now. I believe 1 in every 3 women have it. I got diagnosed at the age of 15.
And
You
then
got
I
diagnosed
shortly
after
after,
me, you got diagnosed.
16, 17, I was diagnosed.
That also, again, there's not enough of research on it. You know, you go to a doctor, you get an ultrasound done, they tell you, yeah, you have tiny little cysts, and then
and
they
you
just
just
tell
have to
leave.
lose weight. They send you
You have to
off
lose
with-
weight, आप बहुत मोटी हो, आप बहुत ये हो, ये
and
कम करो, कम करो.
you know, they
Which kind of-
prescribe you birth control pills, which
Yeah, I was on
does
birth control
more
pills for
harm
the
than
longest
good
time.
to you.
Yeah.
It makes you gain more weight, but it will give you your periods regularly, but you are gaining weight in the process. So birth control pills are not good. They also prescribe you those pills for pain, which you should just not take. You know, to all the young girls watching this, do not take birth control pills if your doctor gives them to you, because they have a lot of side effects
Like, do
that
your
are not
research, I
even
would say.
tested on women. They are tested on animals. So just do not, like, you know, do your own research. You can take regular painkillers, but just something that messes with your hormones, just stay away from that.
Yeah. I think a few lifestyle changes that I have made to kind of just not let PCOS affect my lifestyle is, again, I've cut out sugar. I substitute sugar with jaggery good. Or I don't have it at all. I only really just have it with a chai. And then I just try to eat clean. Like, I try to eat whole foods, and like if I want to have rice, I'll have brown rice instead of white rice. I'll have multigrain bread instead of white bread. So just more nutritious foods, eating more
Foods
greens,
with
less chicken.
or no
I feel like
preservatives.
chicken is really bad if you have
Yes.
PCOS, because it's injected with hormones. So try not to eat too much chicken. Honestly, it's just really hard now to eat protein with even vegetables to a certain degree without like some kind of, you know, like chemicals or preservatives.
The
So,
pesticides.
I think we're just constantly learning and figuring out what works and what doesn't. But yeah, I think exercise also, you should
a
exercise, but
regular
even with
basis,
PCOS, because your insulin levels are high and your cortisol is high, there are certain exercises like cardio and stuff that you can't do, because that it triggers your
so
insulin.
they
It
encourage you
makes
to
it
weight
worse.
train.
So yeah,
just
like weight training, like
slow
strength
burning
training,
exercises.
slow burning.
Yes.
That's better for you as opposed to just running and jogging a lot, because it's going to just
It's gonna
spiral.
stress you out, stress your
Yeah,
body out,
and your
even
hormones.
more. Yeah.
And it makes it worse. So yeah, heavy heavy topic. I'm really glad we
Very
had this
heavy.
discussion.
I'm
Very
glad
important.
we've done this.
Absolutely. And thank you guys for sharing just your journeys. It's, again, I know I've said this like 100 times, but it's so important. It's so close to my heart. And I want people to listen to this, girls especially, and even men, to understand that, yes, it's an invisible disease. It's not something that you can physically see, but if your partner or someone close to you, even your mom, is complaining about a certain kind of pain that they're feeling, then it's real. And
It's
take
not
that into
drama.
consideration. Yeah. All right, guys. So on a lighter note, we're going to play a fun little game. It's called Would You Rather, and Mahmooda's going to help us. Let's begin.
Okay, hi guys. So we're playing Would You Rather. I'm going to give you guys two options and you choose whichever you think you'd rather do. Would you rather never be able to do your eyebrows again or never be able to do your nails again?
Eyebrows.
Nails.
Never.
I don't get my
No,
eyebrows done.
Eyebrows.
No, like if I did
Never
not
be
have
able to-
eyebrows.
I think nails. Like, imagine
like
you
if
never-
I had to choose between not having eyebrows and not having nails, I
No,
would.
that's not the question, nah.
The
It's would you
question-
get your eyebrows done or get your nails done? What would you choose? Do you get your eyebrows done?
I
don't get
do
my eyebrows
not
done.
like. Ever since COVID, I haven't gotten
Yeah, so
my eyebrows done.
we don't get
so
our
then
eyebrows done,
nails
so
for me.
nails.
Nails
Yeah.
for me.
We're all natural, girly.
Nails.
Okay. Would you rather only wear heels for the rest of your life or never wear makeup again?
Oh my god.
Never wear makeup. No.
What?
Never.
I do
never
love a
wear
good
heels.
heel, but for
Yeah.
me, makeup, I would do my makeup, so heels can take a back seat for me.
Yeah, me too.
Heels can take a backseat.
Would you rather accidentally call your situationship babe too early or accidentally like their ex's post from 2017?
Oh my god.
I don't got no exes again. I said in the last episode also. I don't know. I think this question doesn't apply.
I think-
Yeah, it doesn't apply to us because
I think I would rather call my situationship babe too early. than
But you do
like a
not
post.
have a situation.
Girl, I have.
I am your
What do we not
situation.
know?
What are we talking
You
about?
know everything.
Liar.
Who is your
She's been
situationship,
hiding.
babe?
I'm not naming names, but you guys know. You guys just have like memory loss issues that I have had
Sure.
to deal with. Stop! Don't name names. Okay, next
Okay,
question,
next.
please.
Date someone who takes gym selfies daily or someone who uses cringy couple captions unironically?
Cringy couple captions.
Yeah, me too. Cringy couple captions.
Everyday gym pics, that's a bit
I would
much.
love that. Like,
Everyday gym
give
pics.
no the captions. Cringy
yeah,
captions.
Yeah, I would love that
Captions.
too.
Give it to me.
I love a cringe
Cringy captions.
romantic situation. Why not?
Okay. Have a friend who always borrows your clothes and never gives them back, or one who constantly steals your Instagram caption?
Instagram captions.
I've had that before.
Steal kar lo,
Steal
kar
me
lo.
off,
Office
yeah,
de do bhai.
steal my Instagram caption, but
But
please
don't steal
give
my
me
clothes.
I hardly
I
have
have a
them.
question. Do you guys like if someone's taken something, for instance, from you, okay, and you've seen them take photos of it, okay, they've put it on Instagram, they put it on Facebook, everywhere, and then they do it again and again, and they basically don't give it back to you, and they've just claimed it. Would you then like message them and tell them, hey, like, can you know, my blouse or like my
I would make an
Oh, we just
excuse.
give it to them.
No.
Trina, I would make an excuse.
Okay, but
and
like
tell
if
them
it's
that,
all
you know, I
over
need
the
to wear
gram,
for
then I'd probably
something.
like just keep it.
But if
Because I don't
it's
want it
your
back.
favorite blouse or whatever, I would get it
even
back.
if they've had it for a year?
I would. No,
Would
I
you
would not
still want
wait
it
that
Like
long.
their
I would not
body
be
odor
that-
is on it now forever.
Oh god.
You'll
But
still
also,
take it
why would you even
Why
give them
would
your
you
favorite
wait
top?
that long? First of
But
all,
Rox, why
Like,
would you even give them your favorite top? Like
No,
if
that's
it's
true.
favorite.
But
She
if
would
they
though,
ask-
sir. You
if
would.
they asked to borrow it, like
Yeah.
you look so good in that. Can I please?
Hey,
have
I would be
it?
like,
And
it's yours now. I
Yeah.
don't want it. I'd be like, keep it.
Yeah, if it's been a year, then please keep it.
Yeah.
it's yours.
Clearly, you've claimed
Otherwise,
it.
I have
I'm not
asked
giving you a
friends
birthday
back.
gift. That is your gift
Yeah.
for the next 5 years.
Okay.
Very nice.
So the next question is, would you never be able to spill tea again or never hear any tea again?
Or never?
Hear any tea again.
I don't get it.
So
What do
okay,
say?
would you rather be able to never spill tea as in never
Spill
give any
tea.
gossip?
Spill
Oh,
tea.
or
spill tea.
never
Okay.
I
hear
literally
chai.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Or never hear any tea means you're never part of you don't know what's happening. You're never hearing any gossip.
I would never spill tea again. I like to listen more. Give me all the gossip.
I would never hear tea again.
Yeah. Oh.
That's a lie.
But you'd rather
That's
spill
a
it.
lie. You would
No,
spill
no.
it. Trin, you're not
You're
even
not
a
even a
gossiper.
gossiper.
Yeah. So
Yeah. We like to listen.
Yeah, we'd all
I'll
rather
listen and then I'll probably forget.
We
so it's
listen
fine.
Yeah.
and we don't judge. So
We listen
give us all
and
the
we
Let's
don't
do that
judge.
together.
We-
1, 2, 3.
We listen and we don't judge.
Okay, next.
Okay. Would you rather have
That's a
your group
TikTok thing.
Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah. Would you rather have your group chat exposed or have all your search history leaked?
Or
Instagram
search
exposed,
history.
as in.
Group chat exposed.
Oh,
I would have my search history leaked because there's a
Yeah.
lot of that
No,
goes down in the group
is-
chat.
No.
That
Search
should be
history,
private.
yes.
Search
really
history
not
can
that
be leaked.
It's
interesting.
not that important.
I think the last thing I googled was like, what do you call duck blood or something like that?
We saw your search history together. Okay, yeah, search
That's
history.
fine.
You can see my
Okay.
search history.
Nobody needs
Don't
to know
see
why
my
I searched
girls
that.
group
but
chat.
the group chat.
No, not the group chats. Nuh-uh.
Would you rather be able to redo one outfit disaster from your past or redo one awkward conversation?
One outfit disaster
yeah.
from the past because
Past में तो सारे ही outfit disasters थे. I
but you
feel
know
like.
whatever was a disaster in the past is all coming back in trend now.
And like, yeah, it was
So
like
why
a
not?
trend back then,
Really?
I think.
yeah,
What's like one trend that you don't want to come back?
the hip bells, they were very trendy in the past, but now it's coming back. The capri pants is coming back, so I would want to do that.
What's one thing
with
you wouldn't want?
kameezes.
Want to do again?
The owl necklaces, the owl chains. Do
Yeah.
you remember
The
that?
think
ones
the
that
very,
like from
like,
Zena
extreme-
Market?
Yeah,
Those
yeah, the
ones.
ones from Zena Market.
Yeah, those. And
Yeah,
then
I
the extremely
wouldn't-
churidar type, the skinny
That.
jeans.
Yes,
What were those
the
called?
churidar
Pipe
pajamas.
something.
Pata nahi, like, but it was like weird. It was weird back then also.
Even in
Drain
kameezes.
pipe jeans, I think they were called.
no,
something
train
like
like it would like
Skinny
become
jeans.
like buffy from
yeah,
here.
those were called something.
Yeah,
We
I
all
don't
used
Train,
to
they
wear
were
them.
just called skinnies.
And it
I
would
think
be
for
in
me
every color.
personally, it's the puff that I used to make, guys, and we'll put a picture here of what I mean. The puff was, it was giving me like 4 inches extra like height. I
Height.
think, yeah. That I wouldn't
Unneeded
want to come
height.
back. For
You
me.
guys both made
For
it,
me.
and even this was a thing I didn't do because I learned from
Yeah.
your
You learned
mistakes.
from us
It was too
and
much.
saw people laughing at us.
Right. Next question.
Okay. So the last one is, would you rather trip and fall in front of your ex or accidentally send a crying selfie to your boss?
Can you repeat the question? I was
Would you
just-
rather trip and fall in front of your ex or send a crying selfie to your boss?
Crying selfie to my boss. I'm very chill.
I don't
with my
have
boss.
an ex again, so the second. The
Yeah, I would
funny
not
what's left
embarrass
in the
myself.
past
in
can
front
I
be
of
send
my
ugly
ex.
selfies to everyone. It really.
I
don't
would
care.
send a
Yeah.
selfie to my
Yeah.
boss
I
with
think
me
it's fun.
crying.
Yeah, like please don't give me more
Yes.
work. Okay.
Yeah, please don't give me more work.
Me sending.
Yeah, very chill with my boss.
Nice.
Okay, so that concludes our Would You Rather
Alright,
section.
sweet.
Okay,
Alright.
that's
love
nice. Loved it.
Okay, guys. Britt and I have decided now to be a little more comfy, which is good.
I
feel
love
like body
that.
language also just really kind of helps.
It sets the tone.
It's set absolutely, and the energy just kind of changes. But I wanted to touch on. So okay, all 3 of us, we are brown skin baddies, right? We were all the same skin tone, and we've all kind of grown up in this society where that wasn't always appreciated. We were meant to feel bad about the way that we look, specifically our complexion. And this is something that's very close to my heart, and I know that it is also very close to your hearts. And I wanted to talk about this with you guys. I feel like for the longest time, you have people who aren't even the same skin tone as us talking for us.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
I want to know what you guys have to
Especially
say.
on media.
What has absolutely, and like what's your journey been like growing up in a society such as ours? What kind of stereotypes did we grow up with? Have you ever been bullied? What kind of things were said to you where you made to feel insecure about the way that you looked? your complexion. I know we all have similar stories.
We
So tell us, like, what has that been like? And now as an adult, how do you feel about the way that you look?
So growing up for me, it started more like the comments started in school because my parents look just like me, but in school I remember girls would tell me, like comment on my lips because I have like hyperpigmentation around my lips, and I would get
Which, by the way, is very common in South Asian skin.
Yes.
You're gonna have hyperpigmentation because we have melanin in our skin.
Hell yeah.
And melanin protects us from the sun. And so hyperpigmentation is just part and parcel of
I had to
having
learn to love my
melanin.
lips, but growing up, I did not like the way
I remember when
I
we were
had
young,
like
Rocks,
darker
you used to
lip line.
You used to like feel so insecure, and you
I
used to
would
tell us
feel
like girls
so
are telling me that I
insecure.
smoke cigarettes
Yes.
and like things like that. Like
They
a
would tell
little
me like, do
baby
you
feeling
smoke
that way.
cigarettes? I was like
asking a kid
13,
asking another
14
kid,
years
"Are you
old."
smoking cigarettes?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You know,
you probably
probably
wear a
that's
lot of
why your
makeup.
lips are dark.
By the way, even recently, I done this video for like a magazine, and one of the comments in that video, I was doing my makeup, and obviously I was talking without lipstick and whatever, and someone commented saying, "ये तो जरूर क्या सिगरेट पीती होगी, इसलिए इसके होंठ और इसके gums इतने black
Oh my
हैं," you
God.
know. But I've
And
always
yes, you
had
also have hyperpigmentation in your gums.
yeah, and I've always had deeper lips.
Deeper
Like that's
lips.
not because of any other reason other than the fact that
So
I
like
am deeper in
when
skin
we
tone.
were growing up, like as toddlers, we were very sheltered with love because our parents, they look just like us, and they always taught us to love ourselves. But when we were pushed into school, there were a lot of like comments. People would think that we're just dirty because of our skin
Yeah, they
color.
don't bathe enough.
Yeah, we probably
Yeah,
don't
people
bathe
usually
enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys don't
You know,
bathe
our
enough.
underarms are darker than a lot of girls because we have hyperpigmentation in places that rub, like in our body. But a lot of people do not understand that, and they would just comment on it and make fun of you. So there's a lot that we had to unlearn.
Yeah.
growing
And that kind
up.
of makes you feel so insecure. You feel like there's something wrong with you
Yeah.
growing up.
But I have to say, watching a lot of black YouTubers has made
Like
me-
African. Yeah.
like Black Americans, they've made me love my, the way I look, my hair. Because when you grow up, you don't see in our media, Pakistani media, you don't see girls like you. So you have to look elsewhere for that motivation and that inspiration. I would not see dark-skinned girls, especially like Trin, when you came into the game, we were all
my
so
God.
happy because I did not see
Yeah.
girls like you.
Yeah.
And still, I feel like there's a long way to go
Yeah.
because I only see that change in the modeling industry, but not in dramas or films. So yeah, we have a
And
long
Rox,
way to
what do
go.
you, when it comes to inclusivity, obviously you are on the plus size
Plus
spectrum,
size, yeah.
right? And you always have been, right?
Yes,
when you were
I
much
always
younger,
have been.
You've always been.
Yeah.
What's that been like for you growing up? When you shop, where do you shop from? Where can girls who are plus size shop from in Pakistan? Is that something that you've struggled with? What kind of comments are passed down to you? You do have your own unique style. You're very confident in whatever
Always.
you wear.
I do not know where that confidence comes from. It's definitely Brittany, you guys, my parents, just the love that I've been brought up with. I get a lot of my confidence from there, but also a lot we all have insecurities, and I would try to mask my insecurities with dressing up and just decorating my hair.
And use dressing up as a form of self-expression.
Yes, I use dressing up as a form of self-expression, but I'm never conscious, of how I look because at the end of the day, I feel good in what I'm wearing. even though there will be someone or the other who will comment on my outfit and tell me, like, why are you wearing print on print? But I'm like, it's okay.
Or-
I like it.
Or the fact that since
Yeah.
you're a bit heavier, you should wear looser clothes. But that's
Yeah, you should
Yes.
hide
Yeah,
your
you should
body.
wear
not what
loose
you should
clothes,
be
but,
doing.
I'm always an advocate for like wearing well-fitted clothes. It does
Well-fitted.
not
Clothes
have to be
tailored
to
to
your
your
size.
size.
tailored to my size. And this is why I wanted to say, like, I don't have a particular place I shop from. I'm like, obsessed with thrifting, but I would
love
say
that,
for
yeah.
any special occasion, my number one go-to is the tailor, like, because I believe in having your clothes well fitted according to your body
Do you
figure.
think like brands just are not able to get it right?
They're not
Pakistani
able to
brands?
get it
Do you
right
think the brands
because-
that claim that they're inclusive, are they really though?
They are not inclusive, trend, because if the top is fitting me from my chest, it's very loose from the hips, so it's never like tailored to your body type. Yeah. And they're not inclusive. It's like loose. Like, I feel like when you wear kameezes, it's like just one box.
Yeah, it
I-
feels like
I
you're in
do-
a
I
paper
do
bag.
not
Like they
feel
just
good.
make
I
clothes for
don't-
one particular
yes,
body type.
I don't
and that's
feel good
basically a stick.
in most
So-
kameezes. That's why I do not wear
Brands,
kameezes.
Are you listening?
better.
You need to do better. Honestly, like I feel like so many
Put
brands.
a little darts on or panels. Like, there's no harm. That adds a little figure to female clothing. Like, it doesn't all have to be like just
Because
straight
there's also
cut.
like not everyone's thin. Like
Yeah.
there's all types of
Plus,
shapes and
we're
sizes.
Asians. We're literally
And
all
we are
different
wider
types.
hips. Absolutely. And
Like, look
that
at our
too.
moms.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
That's
know
true.
what they're doing. Literally, the brands.
They need to.
They need to do
Up
better,
their
and I
game,
think that
yeah.
like inclusivity is such.
Like,
it's like
this
a
is ready-made
like a
as well. What
trendy
she's
word.
wearing,
yeah.
and it has darts to it. So
I just feel like inclusivity is such a trendy word, but to truly believe in inclusivity, like I don't think we're there yet. I really don't think we're there yet, and I am hopeful that maybe one day we will get there. But I think it starts by firstly understanding that there's a huge audience that is not thin and skinny and tall and fair.
Also,
And there's people of different body sizes and shapes and heights who also are going to buy from you if you give them that kind of product that's going to cater to them.
and that promise. You were
yeah.
saying something.
yeah, I
What
also
were you
think
saying?
parents
Sorry.
need to do better in their homes because it first starts from your home. Like, just because you're a certain type of way doesn't mean you'll go out of your home and you'll find that same certain type of look. I think parents need to educate their children that and tell them not to be unnecessarily mean to other kids in schools who are darker, who are bigger, or whatever it may be. Because, even though now we are pretending to be inclusive, we still have a certain kind of stigma in our head that they're darker skin, we don't want to sit with them, we don't want to be with them, or whatever it is. Like, they want to understand. Because it just creates a very useless,
or with curly hair as well.
useless dynamic,
Girls would just say
insecurities.
you have a ghonsla up in your hair.
Yeah.
Like, your hair is not brushed.
Yeah.
So
I think definitely like
it
you said,
starts from
it has to start
childhood.
from the home. We just need to be, I think, collectively as a society kinder and just nicer to each other. I don't think it's that hard. I think everyone is individualistic in their own right, as it should be. No two people are the same, and we need to embrace our differences and embrace our uniqueness in order to be more accepting. Really, I think that's really what it is. You just got to accept people and try not to be so judgmental, especially on someone's physical appearance. Like, that is something that you should not, it should not be something that comes to
Something
mind.
that you cannot control.
You
should not.
you can control. Even if a
Also.
thought comes,
Yeah.
dismiss the thought. Try to think.
No, like, if the
with
other
kindness.
person cannot control that thing that you want to comment on, then you should not comment on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if they have a lipstick stain on their teeth, then of course tell them about it.
Yeah.
But if they have acne, you do not need to give them any
because
unsolicited
chances are they already
advice.
know that they have acne.
Exactly.
Yes, they already know that.
So, yeah. Okay, guys, we're nearing the end of our episode now. And I know, so there's one last segment that I wanted to do with you guys. I wanted to ask you guys what is something that you're currently obsessed with, and if you'd like to share it with our audience.
Okay. So currently I'm very, very obsessed with my watch. I'm
Show the
someone,
camera.
I'm someone who does not like have her phone on her 24/7.
She's someone who loses her phone
like I
all
lose
the
my
time.
phone. It's in my bag, like way under, when especially if I'm out. So I have this watch to always like show me the time, and it's my staple. It's not so much as a outfit or an accessory, but it's like a need.
Yeah, you've always worn
Yeah.
watches for as long as I've known
Yeah,
you. Literally my
it's
whole
my
life.
need now.
Yeah. It's such a pretty watch. I love it. And
I
it's
love it.
gold. I
Yeah,
love that.
I love gold accessories.
What about you, Britt?
I
You have it with you right now.
No, but it's
Should we
just
get
a
it?
sanitizer. That's always my product of every day, not just the day.
Because you are a germaphobe.
Yeah, I
No.
think I'm on the spectrum of OCD. I haven't been diagnosed yet with that, but
And
like,
don't self-diagnose yourself.
but no, like I can't go anywhere without my sanitizer. If I do, because we're human at the end of the day, if I forget my sanitizer, and I'm out of the home, I just won't eat anything or touch anything if there's no soap and water available. Yeah, I'm really weird like that. So sanitizer
weird, it's
is
okay.
like my comfort object
We are
to
all
have
a
every day
little
with
weird.
me.
Yeah, we're all a
In
little
our
weird.
own way.
Okay, my product of the day, or something that I'm currently obsessed with really, is this perfume. It's Eternity Moment by Calvin Klein, and it was actually gifted to me by a very special person, Lily. And I'm just really obsessed with this scent. Honestly, guys, want to smell it?
Yes, I do.
It just makes me go like, I'm like a sucker for perfume and just smelling nice. By the way, also another thing I want to talk about is just hygiene, but we'll do that for the next one. Female hygiene is very important. It's something that I feel like we need to talk about, especially with younger girls and boys. But yeah, like smelling good, just grooming yourself, keeping yourself clean, cutting your nails, things like that. I'm sorry, I know I sound like a mom, but these are things that we will definitely talk about. But yeah, this is my current favorite scent,
It
favorite.
smells really good.
Yeah, I love it. It's like sweet but fresh, and that's how I like to smell. And yeah, guys, this concludes our episode. Thank you so much for coming on and
Thank you
just
very
being so open and honest with me in front of the camera. I will definitely call you guys again. This
We
is
had
going
so
to
much
be.
fun.
I'm so
Sad it's
glad.
ending.
Yeah, I'm sad it's ending too, but we'll
we'll be
definitely
back
do a part
again.
2. We'll do a series.
The
of
Lucas
just-
sisters will be
the
back.
Lucas sisterhood
series.
series.
I love that.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming. I love you guys, and thanks for watching.
We love you, Tran. And
We
we're so
love you
happy
too.
that
I love
we're
you
doing
too.
this.
Just a lot of love.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.